All right, Herc, there's always a rumor linking some big European name to Major League Soccer. That's normal this time of year.
Sure is.
But what's happening now is a little bit more than a rumor. It's a report. It's coming from The Athletic, and they're saying that LAFC have offered a contract to 37-year-old Giorgio Chiellini. Your first reaction?
They call dibs. It's these silly MLS rules, these mechanisms, but it means something.
The discovery rights you're talking
But
about.
it means something. It's not just a rumor. They're actually actively trying to pursue this person, this player. He is 37 years old, so my immediate reaction is, oof, this isn't exactly a formula for success when you bring in aging superstars to Major League Soccer. But let's put things into context. For LAFC, does it make sense? For Giorgio Chiellini at his 37 years of age, does it make sense? Will he still be productive? And honestly, when I think about it, yes. I think he can be productive. This is still a very good player, was playing at a very high level when on the field. He just won a Euros not too long ago, a year ago. And LAFC has a player in Eddie Segura who's coming off an ACL injury. Jesus Murillo, who's starting center back. You have Mamadou Fall, who's 19 years of age. Having a Giorgio Chiellini in that mix would be very, very good, especially if what we're hearing, this discounted rate, is true.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big reporting from The Athletic. This would not be as a designated player deal. So you're not talking about $5 or $6 million. You're really probably talking about more like $1.5, $1.6 million. Right. That's a pretty good deal for somebody who's going to bring you what Chiellini brings you in terms of experience on the field. I also think there's a huge off-the-field bet for there with him. So from an LAFC perspective, it's that value. For me, that's the deciding factor. If you can get him at 1.5, you do it.
Well, think about this. If LAFC is actively pursuing him now at 37 years old, it's because they think they can make a run with him. He can help them achieve a championship, which is fair game. You don't bring him in with the idea of having him be here for the next 4 or 5 years.
You feel like Steve Cherundolo and LAFC are that one piece away? Should they be in win right now mode, and is he that one piece?
Absolutely,
because, really?
Yes.
I mean, they're playing well right now.
They're playing well, but this is Los Angeles, and everybody chases a ring in Los Angeles. Everybody chases that trophy in Los Angeles, and you've seen the Galaxy creep up. The Galaxy who was defensively in shambles. This Galaxy now is defensively sound. They have Chicharito Hernandez, who still scores in bunches. They are creeping up again. They are showing why they've been one of the standards in Major League Soccer. So it's a race between those two teams here in LA.
So LAFC has reportedly offered a contract. There's reportedly interest as well from the Vancouver Whitecaps, which could be interesting. Let's pull this out and think about it more from an MLS perspective, because we always hear the term ad nauseum, retirement league. You bring a 37-year-old center back, they're going to call it a retirement league move, right? They're
going to call it a retirement league no matter what, because people are ignorant and they live in the past. The reality is, if you study the signings today, you're not going to see a lot of these older players, older European players coming in, especially at the tail end of their careers. There's going to be a few like the Zlatan Ibrahimovic who just make sense when you bring in, and they do very well. But the rest of the player signings are young players, U22 players with the idea of producing and selling. It's becoming a different league. So don't worry about what somebody else says. Don't worry about somebody behind the screen says and calls it a farmer league like it's the Ligue 1. Don't worry about that. Worry about making this league better. Can Giorgio Chiellini make this league better on the field and off the field? I think the answer can be yes, at the rate that makes sense. So, and if you bring Chiellini, people are going to talk about you bringing Chiellini, and if they're saying it's a retirement league, that's a bad thing, but they're still talking about you, which is a good thing. And I think the other part of this is, who is Chiellini? Is he Zlatan? No. No one was Zlatan, but he is a character, something that MLS desperately needs. And so from a league position, even if you're going to take a negative, you say, I don't want anybody calls it a retirement league. Boy, what you would get from a player like Chiellini in terms of the people that respect what he still is, the class, and then the personality, the character off the field, I say, take the hate. Whatever people say, it's worth it. It's worth it with this player. But what hate? The online chatter? I mean, let's grow up for a second. Giorgio Chiellini is a very good footballer, and Major League Soccer needs to let these clubs administrate themselves, make decisions for themselves. So LAFC thinks that Giorgio Chiellini can help them win a championship, then let them. Okay, let me give you a quick either or here, because we got Chiellini, who is reportedly being offered a contract. We have seen links before with Sergio Ramos, especially to like Inter Miami. Who would you rather have right now if you're an MLS team, Chiellini or Sergio Ramos? Okay, if I'm an MLS team, Chiellini, because I know he's got a better chance of being on the field. You look at Sergio Ramos' track record over the last couple of years, and that's not been the case. If I am working here at ESPN, the worldwide leader of sports, give me Sergio Ramos. There it is. There it is. The selfish perspective. We can always count on you for that. He's Herculez Gomez. I'm Sebastian Salazar. We'll see what happens with Chiellini.